Yo! Today I have another short topic. I just recorded another short video, but hopefully this one will be even shorter. This time, however, it's not a concrete concept or rather a resource someone else has made that I want to explain. Instead, I want to ramble about another misconception people have, but this time not about neutral necessarily, but about improvement and learning in general. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about flowcharting and coming up with solutions and stealing stuff from top players all at once. It's a little bit complicated, but in general, the misconception boils down to the fact that everyone assumes that I did the good stuff I do now from the very start, which is not the case at all. And a lot of people don't let themselves fail and figure stuff out because they can see in their head a possibility of losing to something, and they say this thing isn't good without trying it. They don't let themselves actually try and then fail and then improve at it. They just stop themselves in the process. And this is very defeatist when I put it that way, but I think a lot of people just fall into it automatically. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about trying to figure out situations or trying to create a game plan. It's essentially just a game plan. Let's just boil it down to that. And people think they have to have a really good game plan for it to be worth anything. But I want to say, having a bad game plan and executing on it is way better than having a good game plan and floundering it, not knowing what to do, messing up a ton, being overwhelmed by its complexity. And how do you get a good game plan in reality? Well, you build up to it. You never start there. No one started on Leffen's level or my level. We just built up there slowly but surely. And that's why it's so disheartening to see people fail before they even begin. So, real quick, here's what my first flowchart looked like when I was but a wee player. Started 6 months ago, 5 months ago. Before then, I was just learning tech skill, but after that point, I was trying to get better at the game super seriously. I felt like I understood the basics. And what did I do? I created a flowchart. What was my flowchart? It was nair people to death. Hit this button. Now, why was it this button? Why was my flowchart nair people to death? It was because I realized this is an easy way for me to build damage, and if they don't know how to deal with it, it can be really overwhelming. If all I do is nair shine, nair shine, nair shine, most people can't deal with it. In the same way, I loved full jump back here. My neutral was full jump back here city. I might not kill you, but I am building damage and I am hitting these back airs, and goddamn am I good at back airing you. Obviously, now my flowcharts are a lot better. And right now, of course, I'm going through the Fox Ditto, but this goes for almost every matchup that you can do it this way. And a lot of people will look at that, and they will instantly recognize all the holes with it, and then they'll stop themselves from practicing it or stop themselves from doing it. I noticed the holes, but I still implemented it, and then I took note of when the flowchart didn't work. What is a good example? A good example is when you do the nair and you get dash dash grab. This happened to me a lot. I had a ton of Marth players in my region. Another one is when you get CC shine and then you die. This is what I do to a lot of people. But I still did it. And then every time I got dash dance grab, I asked myself, okay, what could I have done differently? And my answers now are probably going to be very different from what they were back then. Back then I might have said, oh, instead of doing the nair, I will run up and then I will do a back here. And maybe it'll work. Or maybe they'll just dash dance and then grab afterwards. You know. Regardless, I had a plan, and I was building on that plan slowly but surely. It might not have been the best foundation, because everyone knows that the nair loses to a ton of stuff, and even if I hit it, I don't get a lot. I get a little bit of percent, and then maybe a knockdown, and then I get up attacked, and then I lose. But I still went for it. And I got very far, because I did this for more than just one situation. Another one was that I had no idea how to kill. I was not very good at killing people in the game. However, I knew like two methods. I knew up for up air. I knew I could up for up air at some percents. And I knew I could up for back air. So because of that, I would play neutral at kill percent and I would just dash dance. And I knew that it was predictable. And I knew that it was one-dimensional and that people could exploit me. But that doesn't matter. What matters is I learned from it and I figured out what beats the things I were doing, right? And the way you do that is through trial and error. And then versus other matchups, like that you can wave shine, instead of looking for the grab, I was like, okay. Shine down there, up smash. Oh, I can't believe it. Look at me. I have 1 kill confirm. I think I even did it versus Fox as well, because I was like, oh, they can never tech. No one's tech this in the history of ever. So you just do this, and then you hope that they miss the tech every time. You don't check. Checking is for losers. Takes too much effort. Point is, I knew 2 things. I knew how to build up damage through hitting the nair, and I knew how to, what's it called? I knew how to dash dance grab, and then sometimes in some matchups, I knew how to spam drill into shine, or just running shine up smash, you know? And that was all I knew. I sucked at edge guarding, my flowcharts weren't good, I never used down tilt, I never used up tilt. All good moves. I very rarely used up air correctly. All that stuff. All the stuff I do now. I never CC shined. Doesn't matter. Even though the flowcharts were bad, the process is the same one I use now. I create a template that I think is good for a situation, and then I execute on it, and whenever it loses to something, I ask myself, what should I have done to beat that? And over time, you're going to build up experience, and you're going to build up expertise, and then you're going to have a more complete flowchart, and it's going to look like a top player, but you don't start there. And what I see is I see Foxes, I see other players who see a top player, and they stop themselves from doing the stuff that player isn't doing. And obviously this can go too far. You can have players who never ever leave the corner and just dash dance grab and try and look for like a down throw or something as Marth, you know? And obviously it can devolve into cheese. But the point is, you shouldn't stop yourself from trying those things out. You have to try them out to evaluate them properly. What I see, and what infuriates me to no end, is when people talk about it like it's already a losing situation before they've even tried. Because in theory, yes, you can get dash dance grabbed and you can get shined, but the game isn't math. The game isn't theory. Even though the opponent has counterplay to everything, you in turn have counterplay to everything they do. So if you defeat yourself by saying, "Oh, I shouldn't do the nair here. Okay, he's looking for the dash dance grab, so I have to go in. I have to go in. I'm stressed. Or, oh no, I can't up smash. He's only looking for the up smash. I can't up smash." And then you do it anyways because you don't have an alternative, because you didn't figure something else out. You don't build upon it. You just stop yourself from doing something. Instead of saying, "Don't do the up smash," say, "Oh, if he's looking for the up smash, I've thought this through, and I will bait it, and then I will do a full jump aerial afterwards. So I bait it by looking like I go in, and then maybe I wave dash back." And then you pick one thing. And even though going in and then wave dashing back like this loses to a ton of stuff, as long as it beats the thing you're trying to beat, that's good. It doesn't even have to be the best way to beat it. It just has to be a way to beat it. And as long as you follow that, you will improve, and you'll do so pretty fucking fast. But most people don't. Most people don't give themselves the opportunity. And most people have a myth in their head of how you get good at something. And one of those is that you start at a certain level and you stop yourself from doing the bad things. But the only way to know what's bad and what's good is to let yourself do everything. And as such, I get very frustrated when I see people lose to themselves before the opponent has even done anything. And as such, I wanted to make this video going through my thoughts and why I think it's so important to allow yourself to experiment. And that's it. Yeah, it's good to copy from other players, but do so for inspiration, not as a rule you have to follow, as a prison that stops you from experimenting and creating new techniques, new skill sets. If you stop yourself, if you use it as a tool rather than a restriction, you'll do way better. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next video.